Hello, this is Noreen from Joya Cards, and today we're going to be making a St. Patrick's Day card. I made another one on Thursday, and so here's my second one. So this one's really easy. We're going to be using heart to heart. We're going to be using this heart here to make the clovers and the butterfly. We're going to be using Make a Difference to make this lucky, and I use this tiny little heart for the flying away hearts there, and also to make the little shamrock there. And then we're using 3 dies. I'm going to use the largest of the Stitched So Sweetly, this one here, to make that outline. I used the smallest from Ornate Frames in this one. And then the St. Patrick's Day is coming from Word Wishes. So those are the things that you're going to be using. I'm using also crushed curry, garden green. The DS paper is Lily Impressions, and Whisper White. So let's get to it. So this one is a pretty easy one. We're going to be using the typical 5.5 by 4 1/4 crushed curry scored folded. And then I'm going to take from Lily Impressions, a beautiful DS paper. We're going to cut this piece 5 7/8 by 4 1/8, and we'll go ahead and snail that down. And we'll put it up on our paper like so. Easy. Now this, like I said, I die cutted this from the largest from the Stitched So Sweetly, and it made a beautiful cut there. So all we have to do is nail that down and just put it in the middle. Now I could have stamped this before I put it down, but I didn't. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make the clover. So I'm going to take my little, I love these little uninked little stamping spots here. If you don't have a refill for your the color you're going to use, like I didn't for this one, I don't use a lot of garden green. I happen to use this. You could just push it on your stamp here for the moment in an emergency, but I am going to get a refill for that because it is a lot better. So I'm going to take the heart from Heart to Heart. Remember, it's this one here, it's a solid heart, and I'm going to put it down, and I'm going to do the bottom one first. Make sure you ink that up good because you only got one shot with it being a block. And make sure you use your pad here. Okay. That. And if you miss ever so slightly, like this one missed ever so slightly, you can get out your Stampin' Right marker, and this one does come in a garden green. I would use my blending pens, but it doesn't come in a garden green. And you can kind of fill it in. We also want to make the little antenna like that. All right. And now we're going to put in the little heart. And the little heart is from the Music from the Heart. Is this tiny little heart right here. So this was useful. And we're going to get back that stamping pad here again, because this is a clear stamp, so you definitely want to use that. Ink it up every time. There, and there she is. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut out this piece here, and this piece is from Ornate Frames. It's the smaller of these 2 particular shapes, and I already die cutted that. That's pretty easy. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to use the stamps that make a difference. And the make a difference one is great because if you have something like I wanted Lucky and there was no Lucky, so I went ahead and I made one myself. And I used the middle, like there's these really small ones, there's a middle size, and there's a larger one. And this was so small that I had to use the real small ones. Oh, I'm sorry, the middle one. And they're cursived, so you just kind of link them together. So, and I tried this on the Stamp-A-Ratus, and I found that using a block was just easier. But you can do it on the Stamp-A-Ratus. There's my L, and here's U, and I just want to touch it to the other one, make sure that it's not higher or lower, anything like that. And there's Lucky. So I'm going to go ahead and close up my ink for the moment. And we're going to take this and we're going to put it on dimensional. So we'll get out some dimensionals here. I'll put one here and one here. Yeah, this one's really simple. So, and I'll put it right there. And that's the front. That's all for the front. And then inside, what I did is I took some garden green again, and the garden green is a 5 1/4 by 4, and then I took a whisper white, which is 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. So let's go ahead and snail the green down, and I'll put this garden green right about there. And then we'll go ahead and take the whisper white and we'll put it down right there. And then, okay, the Happy St. Patrick's Day came from Word Wishes, and I die cut it out, and this is what it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my fine tip glue, like a pair of tweezers, and I'm going to glue this down real quick. Be right back. And there it is, it's all glued down. So a couple of quick tips. I've got that little dot for the I and the apostrophe. If you make just a little puddle of glue right here, take your little tiny little piece and dab it in there and then put it on. It will make it a lot easier rather than putting it on your card and kind of making a mess on your card. And then the last little thing is a little shamrock, which I made out of that tiny little heart stamp again. So you're going to take that same heart stamp and your garden green again, and we're just going to do a little 4-leaf clover. If you miss a little bit, you just take your little pen here in the garden green and you fill it in, and boom, it's like it never happened. And that's it. That is the card. That was pretty easy. Don't forget to close up all your inks, and that'll do it. So if you liked the card, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like and write a note. If you are the first one to like the card and you're a first-time subscriber, put something in the comments, or if you go on my website, www, of course, joyofcards.com, and write me a message, I will mail you the card for free. So you'll win a card. So anyway, and if you join my website, that'd be great too, because I'll have specials and stuff going on in the future, and that'll do it. So thank you very much.